with the Last Supper. And I'm going to...
Yo guys, we're just breaking down the psychological implications of Judas and what he meant for us to relate to what Jesus teaches in the Bible. We have Jordan Peterson here and a few other intellectuals sitting at a table discussing this, so we're going to watch it together and try and get a better understanding of what they're talking about and break it down into plain English. Alright.
Read in batches of 3 stories today because there's so much to cover. We'll start with washing the disciples' feet. Luke 22:24-30. Now the devil had already put it into the heart of Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, to betray Jesus. And a dispute also arose among the apostles as to which of them should be considered the foremost. So a form of religious hypocrisy there. Jesus knew that the Father had put all matters into his hands and that he had come from God and would return to God. So he rose from supper, laid aside his outer garments, and took a towel and tied it around his waist. Then he poured water into a basin and began to wash the disciples' feet, to dry them with the towel that was tied around him. He came to Simon Peter, and Peter said to him, "Lord, are you going to wash my feet?" Jesus replied, "You do not realize what I am doing, but later on you will understand." Peter said to him, "No, you'll never wash my feet." Jesus answered him, "Unless I wash you, you can have no part in me." Simon Peter said to him, "Lord, then wash not only my feet, but also my hands and my head." Jesus said to him, "He who is bathed does not need to wash again except for his feet, and then he is clean all over. And you are clean, but not all of you." For he knew who was going to betray him, and that was why he said, "Not all of you are clean." When he had finished washing the disciples' feet, he put his garments back on and resumed his place. "Do you understand what I have done for you?" he asked them. "You called me Master and Lord, and rightly so, for that is what I am. But if I, your Lord and Master, have washed your feet, then you should also wash one another's feet. For I have given you an example, so that you should do as I have done for you." We'll follow that with Judas. Judas is declining a final chance to repent. This is Matthew 26:21-25. Jesus has said these things, and as they were reclining at the table eating, he became troubled in spirit, and he declared to them, "I tell you truly, one of you will betray me, one who is eating with me. The hand of him who betrays me is with mine on the table."
Yeah, Jesus is talking about Judas here. He's alluding to what do you call it? A forecast of what's to be in the future. And Judas hears Jesus say this to him, and this is what everyone looks at him and says,
one another, wondering of whom he spoke. They were deeply distressed, and they questioned one another, asking which of them would do such a thing. And they began to say to him one after another, "Surely it's not I, Lord." He answered, "It is one of the 12, someone who's dipping bread in the same bowl with me, who will betray me. The Son of Man will die, just as it is written of him. But woe to that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. It would be better for him if he had never been born."
Damn, he's talking big here, yo.
One of his
I
disciples,
didn't realize how stern
reclining
Jesus
at the
was
table
on
next to
this.
him. Simon Peter gestured to this disciple to ask Jesus of whom he was speaking. So leaning back against Jesus' chest, he asked him quietly, "Lord, who is it?" Jesus answered, "It is the one to whom I will give this piece of bread when I have dipped it in the bowl." Then, taking the bread and dipping it, he gave it to Judas, the son of Simon Iscariot. Judas, the one who would betray him, said, I am the one, teacher?" Jesus replied, "You have said it yourself." When Judas had eaten the bread, Satan again entered into him. Jesus said to him, "What you're going to do quickly." No one at the table knew why Jesus said this. Some thought that because Jesus had charge of the money bag, Jesus was telling him, "Buy the things we need for the feast," or that he should give something to the poor. So after receiving the piece of bread, Judas immediately went out, and it was night. I'll read one more, and then we'll turn to all 3 of these. So washing, betrayal, and this one is
washing, betrayal, and the institution of
Lord's Supper.
the Lord's
Matthew
Supper.
26:26-29. After Judas had gone out, Jesus said, now the time has come when the Son of Man is glorified. God will be glorified through him. And as God is glorified through the Son, God himself will also glorify the Son, and he will do so quickly. As they were eating, Jesus took bread, gave thanks, and blessed it, and broke it, and gave to the disciples, saying, take this and eat. This is my body, which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me. And after supper, he took a cup in the same way, and when he had given thanks, he gave it to them, saying, drink of it, all of you. And they all drank of it. This is the blood of the new covenant, which is shed for you and for many, for the forgiveness of sins. Whenever you drink it, do it in remembrance of me. And he said to them, I tell you truly, I shall not drink again of the fruit of the vine until that day, when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom. Then Jesus said to them, my children, I will only be with you a little longer. You will seek me, but as I said to the priests and the Pharisees, so now I say to you, where I am going, you cannot come. So I'm giving you a new commandment, that you love one another. Just as I have loved you, so too should you love one another. By this all people will know that you are my disciples, if you have love among yourself.
Sorry guys. Anyway, that was basically the video. I don't need to repeat more for your guys' sake. I actually just wanted to find out if what Jordan Peterson was talking about made any sense. Basically, Judas, he's a symbol of someone that's close but can betray you so easily, and we live in a world full of mistakes and people that we can't trust all the time because it's fallen. But at the same time, we can reflect and see how this story can determine where our next steps take place. Judas, Jesus knew Judas was going to betray him, and yet still ate with him, and still, he didn't do anything in defense, even though he got betrayed. The offensive position he took was, I'm gonna chill out and let it play out how it's supposed to play out. And that's honestly the biggest question in life. Are we supposed to let it play out, or are we supposed to do something, get anxious, try and distort or bend reality, if you may, in certain situations? We might be looking at God for help in certain situations about finances or broken relationships, or even heartaches, things that haven't been addressed in a long time. But yeah, Jordan Peterson is basically telling us that psychologically, what you're in, the situation you are in now, you're gonna need to analyze who you're around and just chill out, let it play out. Because honestly, God has a plan in everything, just like his plan with Judas was just let it play out. Because in the end, Judas felt bad and basically did some actions that we don't want to say on YouTube, but he felt very guilty and remorseful, but it was too late for his soul, because he betrayed the only father he had, the only son of man there ever is and ever was to be, the I am. And when you betray the I am, that's when rebellion kicks in, and that's when problems start hitting the fence. But if you just trust in Jesus' story for your life, don't try and alter it too much, just see that Jesus' story for your life is unique, and whatever angle you're looking at it from, you develop skills and assets that can make you a valuable soldier to God. And that's what we want to do as men here on earth, is be soldiers, not in wars across the sea, but the wars here at home with family and the war on our minds. Yeah, so we need to stay always on the offensive, but also play a defensive role and take a chilling aspect to your life. Don't look at the perpetrator and start conspiracizing to do stuff. Just let it play out. Jesus calmly pointed him out, calmly pointed out the betrayal, and moved on. That's exactly what we should be doing. And if this message makes sense for you, hit the like button and subscribe. Easy.